Jim Longworth, and welcome to another edition of Triad Today. Coming up later on, our infamous roundtable gets together, and no telling what kind of controversies they're going to get into, but not controversial are some of the great guests and information we have coming your way in the meantime, including a visit with the CEO of the Girl Scouts, that and much more. But first, let's talk about weaving. Not just any weaving. You see this beautiful, I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if somebody's going to tell me what it is, but I know it feels great and it's beautiful. And why are we talking about weaving? Because it does great things for some very great kids. Next to me are two ladies that are going to explain all this to you. On my immediate right, Lisa Banner is manager of Crossnor Weavers. Now, if that sounds familiar, Jane Bumgardner is director of finance for Crossnor School and Children's Home. Welcome, ladies. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We have a big basket between us, so if I talk a little loud or just I'm not shouting at you, but that's, before we get to the weaving part, Jane, or one of you tell me just very quickly, in case somebody's never watched the program together, how would you describe what Crossnor is and who it serves?
Crossnor provides services, both residential and family, for kids in foster care. We also provide outpatient therapy services and education services to children.
Now, Lisa, what is the weaving room and how long has it been operating?
The weaving room's been open since 1920.
1920?
Mm-hmm. We'll be 100 years.
That's how old I am. Seriously, that's been around a long time. And what goes on in there?
We weave lots of wearables and table linens for...
Right. Now, the thing I'm holding up is what?
That is a stole.
A stole. And each of you are wearing items that were done in the weaving room. Is that correct?
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
That's just great. Let's go back to a two-shot of the two ladies, if we can. Lori Bates, our director. Those are beautiful. And now let's not that I want to see my face, but since my face is near this, I'm going to hold this up. And this is like what, table placemats?
Yeah, those are placemats.
Wow, this is great stuff. And more stoles in there. There are napkins in there. There are, what is this?
Dish towel, that's a dish towel.
It's a dish towel. Wow, boy, I'd hate to even get this wet or dirty, but they're durable too, aren't they?
They bear.
Isn't that great? That's just something. Now, is weaving done by students or adult volunteers or teachers? Who does all of that?
The weaving's done by local women. They're
local women?
Yeah, they're employees of Crossnor.
Okay.
And they weave part-time.
Now, Jane, how does the weaving room support the mission of Crossnor?
Well, all of our proceeds go directly, all the net proceeds go directly to supporting our mission of serving children. And also, it's the original founder wanted to provide jobs for the local community, so it supports our mission in that way as well.
So it's a win-win situation. Now, where can I'm assuming the public can purchase these? I mean, you brought all these great items. What do they have to do to try to purchase these items? Do they go to a storefront? Do they go to online, or what happens?
We have a storefront in Crossnor on our campus there. It's kind of like a working museum that you can see the ladies actually do with their looms, actually doing the weaving.
So the public can come in there and sort of see what's going on.
Absolutely. And then we also have our online store at crossnor.org. And then we also have a couple of retail outlets. One is the Southern Highlands Crafts Guild over near Asheville. We're in the Grove Park Inn in their gift shop in Asheville, and then also at the Moses Cone Manor in the Blowing Rock area.
Wow, a lot of choices there, but what I am going to do is go back before we lose time here and just mention one more time on screen, crossnor.org/store. You can directly get in there and purchase some of these items. And now, I know you said people can come in and watch. Can they come in and learn and participate, or am I imagining that?
Yes, we have 3 classes a year.
Really? 3 classes? And do you teach those? Or?
Yes, me and 2 other ladies.
Well, good for you. I just think this is great. I just think, can you even teach a senior citizen like me to weave?
Yes, we can.
All right, because you've already told me I was 100 years old. So I don't know what. Isn't that fantastic, folks? Look at this stuff. These are great items, and it's all for a good cause. You know, you buy these things, you go online, and you buy these wonderful woven products. The proceeds go to help Crossnor School and Children's Home, a very fine place. And my thanks to Lisa and Jane. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this. Triad Today, and I'm just going to hold this up. It's a 2019 camp book. Now, I'm too old to go to Girl Scout camp, and all that stuff. But I'm going to put it right back down on the table because we're going to show you some other things in a minute. But speaking of camp, we have a great lady with us who we wish she could come by more, but she's so busy going all over the state. Let's meet her right now. Returning guest, Lane Cook is CEO of Girl Scouts Carolina's Peaks to Piedmont. Welcome back to the show, dear.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
First of all, before I ask you about camp and good stuff like that, let's remind folks who maybe haven't seen you on TV to what the geographical area is that you cover and about how many girls participate.
We cover 40 counties throughout North Carolina, the western and the central parts. We serve over 12,000 girls a year and
Wow.
over 5,500 adults a year.
Wow. And a lot of those adults are former Girl Scouts, right?
They are. They're
Scout
wonderful
leaders.
volunteers.
Let's talk about summer camp. Now, a lot of times when somebody says, oh, I'm going to camp, they say it that way. But actually, you have 3 locations, right?
We do.
And now I'm going to put you on the spot. Where are they? I mean, are they?
We try to make camp accessible by location to every girl.
Right.
So throughout our 40 counties, we have a camp in Brevard, we have a camp in Lenoir, and we have a camp close to here in Sophia, North Carolina.
Now, these camps, are there just certain weeks that they operate, or do they operate all summer, or what's the deal?
Our camps operate year-round.
Year-round?
Yes, we offer camping opportunities for troops, for families, and for individual girls.
Okay. Now, one of the things that, I remember getting a question about this one time. I was writing a column, and they said, well, I'd like to send my girl to camp, but she's not a Girl Scout. What do you say to that?
We welcome all girls, Girl Scouts and non-Girl Scouts, and I would say future Girl Scouts.
Sure, because look, I don't think it's inaccurate to say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that girls who come for the first time to one of your camps and they're not already Scouts, they see that experience and then they go and they join a troop, right?
It's very common, and we also have a lot of older girls who continue their Girl Scout experience through camping and traveling for the most part.
Wow. Now, also, I've heard some feedback, and a parent will say, well, I was going to sign my daughter up, but we don't really want her, she's 7 years old, we really don't want her going off to an overnight camp yet, but there's an alternative.
We have day camp opportunities. They are wonderful experiences for girls who are younger, ages 5 and above, who maybe haven't gone to overnight camp before or maybe haven't been to camp at all.
Right.
And they can go during the day, Monday through Friday, and experience all that camp has to offer, and we reserve an overnight opportunity for them at the end of the week if they're interested
If they
by
want
that
to do
point.
it.
Yes.
And then meanwhile, mom or dad can come get them at the end of each.
Yes, and we offer transportation. In the communities right around each of our camps, we do offer transportation.
Wow, I didn't know that. What's the age range of girls that will attend these camps?
Ages 5 to 18.
5 to 18. So now it's early. It used to be something like 6 to 17 or something. Now it's 5 to 18.
Yes, our daisies start at 5.
Now, do you offer age-specific or age-appropriate activities, though, so that where the older girls are going to do this, but the younger ones are going to do that?
We do. We have safety guidelines that we follow, and so our older girls are able to do more adventurous, high adventure activities, but we do divide our camps into age ranges.
Well, I want to put up on screen before we lose time a couple of things here. One is a website. You can register for camp by going to camplikeagirl.org. That's www.camplikeagirl.org. Say it again for the radio listening audience, camplikeagirl.org. Also, the general website is girlscoutsp2p.org. That stands for Peaks to Piedmont. girlscoutsp2p.org. Also, if you have any questions, I think you can still call 1-800-672-2148. Is that right?
Yes.
If you have any other questions than that. Brian, how much time do we have? Because I was going to ask one other quick thing. 1 minute. Lane, if you can, just very quickly, how does going to camp help shape these girls into leaders?
Camp offers an opportunity for girls to experience new things and take risks and challenges. For example, we offer horseback riding in some of our locations. We also offer archery to our older girls, and at one of our locations, we even offer a combination of archery while riding horseback.
Well, that's too complicated for me, but it turns them into great athletes and leaders. I tell you, Lane, thanks for doing this.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
We'll be right back after this. Triad Today, and we're very fortunate from time to time to have the good folks at Crumley Roberts stop by, and I like to ask them what's going on, give me updates on some of their community outreach projects and initiatives, of which there are many. We're going to get that update right now from 2 fine folks. Gentlemen next to me have both been on the show before. We welcome them back. Corey Phillips is Manager of Marketing and Community Relations at Crumley Roberts, Attorneys at Law. Next to him, our good buddy Lee Kirkman, who is now recently named Communications Specialist at Crumley Roberts. Welcome, guys.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Lee, I'm going to ignore you for a second and go to Corey.
That's great.
Corey, summer is just around the corner, although the heat we've had, you wouldn't think it, but technically it's just around the corner. That means kids are going to be spending lots of time outdoors doing things. Now, you guys at Crumley Roberts are known for your Kid Zone, safety activities and programs, whatever. So what does the summer season mean for you and your team?
Well, at the Roberts Center, we first ended our, we came off a very successful nonprofit leadership session. As of this Friday, we will hand off our 6th and final scholarship to some bright students, and we go into the Kid Zone, which is basically us traveling across the state, working with partners in the nonprofit sector, working with summer camps, and my favorite, working with the educational sector to supplement their activities.
Let me, we didn't rehearse this or anything, but you mentioned partnerships. Now, what kind of community partners do you look for in this, and how do you seek them out?
Sure. Well, as you have seen on your show, there are so many great entities out there that have a lot of wonderful things going on. If we can find one that aligns with our promise to ourselves, our promise to our employees, care like family, listen to learn, do what's right, that is a natural match. And if we can do something to again, supplement what they have going on or to raise it to another level or give them a great megaphone, then that's what we want to be a part of.
So if I have a company and I see you talking about these things and I want to help with a Kid Zone event and I'm somewhere in a different part of the state, I can call or go online or something and get in touch with you and say, I want to team up with you. I mean, is it that easy? Or
we've done, well, yes and no. So one of the great things we've done with our nonprofit leadership class, and you just had the Girl Scouts on, is in Charlotte, we'll be working with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. And there is a wonderful Girl Scout entity there that reached out to us through our leadership class, and therefore that partnership was already solidified. And
That's
all we
great.
had to do was say when and where and come on down.
That's great. Lee, let me get personal with you for just a second. You recently joined the Crumley Roberts team. Tell me about the new role.
Oh, I am so excited to be a part of the Crumley Roberts family. I met Kim and Chris 7 years ago.
Right.
Kim and I actually auditioned and got cast and performed in a 40th anniversary celebration for High Point Community Theater.
How about that?
And during all of that, the things they did that showed us how caring and giving they are.
It's real.
It's unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. And
because you've done a lot of community service yourself with
Yes.
some other organizations,
Right.
and then you were recruited to come over here. So it's not a new venue for you to be engaged in community service, just a different umbrella, right?
Exactly, exactly. I was in the nonprofit world, and they did so many things for all of the agencies with which I had been associated. And then too, once I came there and I walked into the Roberts room there, the Roberts Center room, and there on the wall was the Care Like Family, Listen to Learn, Do What's Right.
Give me an example before time gets away from us, maybe an example of a community outreach initiative or something. I said there are many things going on, scholarship, stuff like that. What something impresses you?
Well, Kid Zone, number one,
Yeah.
and the way it is now expanding and going all across the state. The scholarships that they give, both through Crumley Roberts and through the Little Red Jumpsuit Foundation.
Right.
The scholarships and awards they give out are just amazing.
Really making a difference in people's lives.
Exactly. And then too, CREW, the Crumley Roberts Employee Wellness Program, which it's one of the best places in the world to be.
Well, I just appreciate what you guys are doing. Up on screen, I want to do a couple things here. One is crumleyroberts.com for the radio listening audience. crumleyroberts.com. You can visit that for general information, which will get you things about the Roberts Center and other things. But also want to give a plug in for Kim's Red Effect Boutique in High Point, theredeffect.com, where some of the proceeds there go for, as Lee was talking about, scholarships in this case to help a lot of women get back on track, decide what they want to do. The other scholarships Lee was alluding to help kids go to college, community college, universities. It's just great. Guys, keep up the good work and keep me posted.
Absolutely. Good
Thank
to see
you.
you.
All right. We'll be right back after this. Triad Today, and it's time to talk theater, which is, that could be a show title, couldn't it?
Could be
Well, it'd
be
be
a great
Theater
show
Talk.
title.
Theater Talk with Dave. And here we have Mr. Theater, who's comes in every once in a while to tell us what's going on in the High Point Theater. Next to me, our good buddy, Dave Briggs, director of the High Point Theater. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Joe.
Before we let folks know about some of the upcoming shows at High Point Theater, I want to ask you about ticket packages, because I want to try to get my little brain wrapped around this. Now, First of all, before I get to that, how many total shows would you say there is in a new season of High Point Theater?
Our upcoming season will actually be the largest one that the High Point Theater has ever put together. It's 23 shows.
Okay, 23. All right.
So that's a bunch.
I'm bad at math, but
That's
let's
okay.
say, all right, so can I buy a season ticket, and is there a discount or what? I mean, can I do that without signing up for all 23? Or?
Absolutely, because we know that not every show is going to appeal to every client or every patron. So what we've done is all you have to do is pick 4 shows, and you become a subscriber, and you get the subscriber discount.
Okay.
And in some instances, what we've got this year is we've got a few packages that if you call and you say you want to see a comedy show, we're going to pitch to you these other 3 comedy acts, or you want to see
I got you, because
jazz.
you know I like comedy, so you're going to go with that.
And we'll say, well, you know, you want to come see the Good Humor Man. Well, why don't you come and see Jeff Allen and Jen Kober and David Pendleton?
Right.
Because they're comedians. You're going to get a discount.
But
on
I
those
can
tickets.
pick whatever any 4 I want.
Absolutely.
It can be a dance thing or a concert or a
completely a la carte.
and get the discount. Cool. All right. Now, I'm glad you cleared that up. All right.
Sure.
Let's talk about some of the upcoming shows, and I want to break this down into 2 categories.
Okay.
And let's start with comedy.
Sure.
You have some comedy folks coming in, not just 1 or 2, several. So talk about some of them.
Yeah, we've got a wonderful show called The Good Humor Man, and I have to look at the names because they're not ones that I remembered off the top of my head all the time. But Pete Lee, Pat McGann, and Pat Hazel are the 3 Good Humor Men, and they have written for The Tonight Show.
So they're actual
Late
comedy
night.
writers.
They're actual comedy writers, but they're also stand-up comedians.
Okay.
And they're wonderful, wonderful guys as well. So it's PG-13, really clean comedy, but they're going to go right to the heart of what happens in day-to-day life. They're a lot of fun.
All right. Then you have what? Jeff Allen is coming?
Jeff Allen, his comedy show is called The America I Grew Up In. If you watch dry bar comedy clips on Facebook, or you can pull those up, check Jeff Allen out. He is remarkably funny, really good guy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Jeff on our stage.
Now, did I pronounce this right? Jen Kober?
Jen Kober is an amazing female comedian. In fact, she's in talks right now of possibly doing a pilot a la some of our female comedians who are no longer
like
on
a
TV.
sitcom type thing?
Yeah, like a sitcom.
Wow.
And she's very, very funny. Good
What
stuff.
about David Pendleton?
David Pendleton is actually a ventriloquist, and I have actually a history with David Pendleton. He was one of my students the first year I taught in high school.
I'll be darned.
And he's a remarkable family-oriented comedian and ventriloquist, and I think audiences are just going to eat him up. He's got, I think, 5 or 6 different characters that he brings on stage. He is absolutely remarkable.
I haven't. You haven't had a ventriloquist there
Not
for
in
a
a
while.
long time. No, it's been a long time.
Those are fun.
Yeah,
That'll
they
be
are.
fun. That'll be funny. Now, let me switch over to jazz.
Sure.
And some people like jazz, some people don't. But I think that this is going to interest just about everybody of different generations because of the very name of the group. Tell me about the Brubeck Brothers.
Well, the Brubeck Brothers Quartet is Chris and Dan Brubeck, who are Dave Brubeck's sons. They're celebrating their father's 100th birthday. And one of the reasons why we're doing this show, aside from we love the Brubeck Brothers jazz music, is that when this building opened, when the High Point Theater opened in 1975, Dave Brubeck was the opening act. And so this is really kind of a look back at that particular
Dave Brubeck,
time.
what a giant in jazz.
Amazing.
Google
Take
his
5
name
to
for if you're younger and don't know. All right, up on screen, highpointtheater.com. And for the radio listening audience, I'll say it again, www.highpointtheater.com. The box office number is 877-3001, 877-3001. Theater Talk. We'll just change the name of this segment.
I like
to Theater
that.
Talk. Yeah.
Same
Dave
initials.
Briggs. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Now on Triad Today, time for the roundtable. On my right, but always the political left, the award-winning broadcaster journalist Ogie Overman. And back from the last segment, who's agreed to stay over and help us with the roundtable, Dave Briggs, director of High Point Theater. Next to Dave is a man who has his office in Trump Tower and speaks Russian.
There you go. Every time, man. Every week. This is a running joke.
Keith Granberry, founder of Helping Hands Consultants. Okay, guys, here's one that has gotten some attention in the news. The owner of a once thriving antique shop on Liberty Street in Winston-Salem is going out of business, no fault of her own, because of construction on I-40. In cases like this, should the state reimburse small business owners for their loss in revenue or the loss of their business the same way that localities will pay you, Ogie, like if they take over a part of your land? What do you think, Ogie?
I totally think they should. I've covered a lot of these eminent domain cases, and I don't know why that doesn't apply. If it takes your business, it's the same as taking your property.
Right.
I know a good lawyer who'll take that case too.
I think it could grow because of all this construction today.
We had an issue like this similar in High Point where we closed Main Street for a number of months. The city did not pay any of the vendors on High Point anything for that. However, what they did do was provide additional wayfinding signage, and we also did some Facebook media marketing that said, hey, look, Main Street's closed. If you want to get to X store, here's the direction you need to go. I'm not sure that the state can do it. The municipalities certainly won't do it.
Mr. Granberry.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how much that helps these small businesses when you're taking away their fairway to get to their businesses. I think you absolutely have to compensate these businesses. This is their livelihood. It's like taking a person's job away from them and then telling them, okay, you find your own opportunity to take care of your family. It's wrong.
Yeah, and they say, well, maybe they'll survive, but they can't always survive. A Charlotte area high school football coach recently, who was making $50,000 a year, has now jumped over to recruited by a South Carolina high school nearby for $100,000 a year salary and won't even have to teach a course, just coach football. There was one North Carolina coach that said, hey, North Carolina needs to pay its coaches more money and then they won't jump to South Carolina. Another critic said, though, on the opposite end, we shouldn't get into a bidding war with anybody and that we should pay our high school coaches the same as we do teachers. How do you guys come down on this, Ogie?
It used to be this way. I thought that if you coached, you have a base teacher salary. If you coach, you get X number of dollars for coaching each sport that you coach. But getting in a bidding war is crazy. Just paying a guy $100,000 to coach and not teach is ridiculous.
Dave.
Yeah, I don't know what the supplement is that is in South Carolina, whether that's coming from local boosters. I don't think it's right. I still think if you're in the schools and you're working with children, you should be also teaching.
Key.
I disagree with both of them.
All right.
I think for the most part it's like that, but for a coach that is bringing in excessive number of dollars, it's just like college. Coach K is not teaching anything at Duke.
Right.
Coach Saban is not teaching anything at Alabama.
Right.
But they make $5 million and $10 million respectively.
Bringing a lot more.
They're bringing in money to the school, so you have to take that into account.
All right, late last month, someone posted a doctored video of Nancy Pelosi. It's still in the news about this, and it made her look like she was drunk. YouTube immediately did the right thing and took it down. Facebook said, no, we're going to leave it up. Now remember, Facebook, the Trump campaign paid Facebook $90 million in 2016 for ads. Take that for what it is. My question, though, is should the FCC regulate social media platforms, and if so, should it have the power to shut them down when a violation occurs? Ogie.
Yeah, well, first of all, Giuliani put it up, Trump retweeted it, and yes, the day is coming. It's inevitable that it's the Wild West out there. All the social media is unregulated, and it cannot go on any longer.
Yeah,
it cannot go on any longer.
Yeah, YouTube's doing a lot better with it, though, Dave.
Well, it makes it sound like only the Trump campaign bought ads on Facebook. That's obviously not the case.
No, Hillary bought 30 million.
Exactly, but I hearken back to the time when George Bush fainted at the state dinner in Japan, and how often that got reshown. Was it right for him to do it? I don't think so. Is the FCC going to get involved? I'm a little surprised they're not already, but that was part of that net neutrality issue that they talked about a couple months ago.
Keith.
This is sort of like the Russian stuff. I mean, these things are posted to have a dramatic effect on people's opinion on a public figure, and they should be taken down immediately.
The Ark encounter in Kentucky, the giant replica of Noah's Ark, was flooded, and it's suing its insurance company for the flood damage. There's a joke in there somewhere. Anyway. All jokes aside, very quickly, that was a thing that was built with using $18 million worth of taxpayer money, and the owner, after he got the money, said he won't hire any non-Christians or gays. Quickly, guys, should taxpayer dollars help pay for a religious exhibit or religious theme park? Quickly, Ogie.
Under no circumstances. No, not ever, not even in Kentucky. No, why did they even fork over $18 million for a private business?
That was an Ark.
Yeah,
Dave.
I'm sure it was a travel and tourism dollar for dollar, but that whole process kind of reeks.
Yeah.
I mean, $18 million in Kentucky where you have kids who don't even have food. I mean, it is crazy. And how does he know whether somebody is gay or not when he's hiring them? He may have some gay people on his staff right now. Yeah. He may be gay.
Probably does.
And if you're single and he hires you, you have to sign a chastity agreement.
Really?
If you're single, yeah, this guy.
He needs to be in a loony bin.
That's
That's where he needs to be.
How much time
Check
do we
his
have?
mental capacity.
That's right. Finally, guys, superstar singer, actress, award winner Cher has developed a genderless perfume which will be available this fall. Guys, would you wear genderless perfume? Ogie.
Yeah, why not? I would give it a shot. I mean, I would, if I liked it, I would, sure. I'd do it with soap, you know.
You use genderless soap.
Well, the soap lady has women's and men's, and I like some of the women's better than I like the men's soap.
I don't even know what genderless perfume means.
Or soap.
Or soap, for that
Keith,
matter.
what about you? Would you use genderless perfume?
My scent is already so amazing.
There you go. Why even
Why do I need soap or perfume? Why do I need soap or perfume?
Oh,
There he
natural.
goes. See, there he goes. Keith has a naturally sexy scent that
Wow.
is just supersedes all genders. All right, well, that's all the time we have. Oh, except for this. A nationally recognized pharmacist recently said that the best way to stop body odor, this is true, the best way to stop body odor is to put milk of magnesia laxative under your armpits. Said one man who tried the remedy, my BO is gone, but I can't eat tacos anymore. You understand any of that? For all of us here on Triad Today, I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you.